Alright, so good day again. Welcome to another demonstration. Now, for today's demonstration, we will be looking at setting up an Edmodo account. And just like Schoology and Google Classroom, Edmodo is a learning management system, right? So let's get started. So first thing we do is type Edmodo in our browser, alright? Hit the search. Now at the top you should see the official Edmodo website. Now you want to click on that link. Now when it redirects and take you to the Edmodo platform, you'll see two options. You'll see login and you'll see sign up. Alright, so if you click on login, you can always log in with a Google account or a Microsoft 365 account, or you can go ahead and put in whatever email and password you use while setting up. Alright, so just to go back, now what we want to do is now go ahead and set up or sign up for an account. Alright, so you click the sign up button. Now there are three options here. So you can create an account for a teacher, you can create a student account or a parent account. Alright, now we're going to be creating a teacher's account. Now similarly, we can sign up using our Google or Gmail account, or we can also sign up using Office 365 account. Now when we sign up using the Google account or the Office 365 account, it takes care of some of the additional steps for us in terms of verifying the email and all of that. Alright, but what we're going to do is we're going to enter our email, create a password, confirm that password. Alright, now there's also a section here to enter a school code. Now the school code is optional, and school codes are usually given out by the administrators for a school who is a part of the Edmodo enterprise. Alright, so if your school is a part of the Edmodo enterprise, then your admin should be able to give you a school code, but the school code is not needed, it's optional. So let's get things on the way by entering our email. So I'm going to go with this email right here. Alright, so my email is looking okay. I'm going to create a password. Alright, password is strong, which is good for security purposes. I'm going to go ahead and confirm my password. And password was confirmed. Now once the password is confirmed and everything is okay, you see the next button highlighted, so just click on next. I want to save this. Alright, so we are now being asked to check our email, right, to verify our email. So I'm just going to sign in and just go into my Gmail. Alright, so I should be seeing a message from Edmodo. Alright, so that message hasn't arrived as yet. Alright, so we definitely need to verify before we can go to the third step, which is creating our profile. Alright, so I'm just going to click to resend the email. Alright, so it says verification email has been sent. Just double checking that it's the correct email. it is. Let me just check around to ensure that. Alright, so checking my spam. Nothing is there. So I'll go back to alright, so finally the email came in. Alright, so I'm going to open that and then confirm. Now after confirming, it redirected me back to Edmodo. Alright, so I'm going to click next. So success email has been verified, so I'm going to click next. I'm going to enter the necessary information to create my or to complete my profile. So title, first name, last name, year of birth, and then I'm going to click done. Alright, now it brings me now to my personal dashboard or my personal section of Edmodo, where I can go ahead and create classes. I can check on students' progress, right? I can carry out different class management activities. Alright, but the first thing I want us to do is to go ahead and create a class. Now to create a class in Edmodo, I'll start off by clicking classes from the menu option. Alright, now we can go ahead and click on this create button right here, or we can click on this section that says create new class. So I'm just going to click right here that says create new class. I'm going to give my class a name. I'm going to call it computer application. Alright, I'm going to describe. So I'm going to give a description for my class. This class is all about using technology. Alright, I'm going to set the grade level, and I'm going to go with 12th grade. I'm going to select a subject, and I'm going to select computer technology as a subject. So I'm going to select a sub-subject, which is the same thing, and I'm going to select a color. So I'm going to color code this class, and I'm going to go with this shade of blue right here. Alright, and I'm going to click create. Alright, now this pop-up is saying that I can add students, or I can go ahead to and further explore the class. Alright, I'm just going to close off this. Alright, so as you see, we are now inside our class called computer application, and it gives us some details. Alright, so the teacher's name, John Williams, the subject, and the grade level. Alright, now what is there as well is the class code. So the class code is listed right here. Now you can click on this to share your class code with your students, right? So you can pass on this class code to students and also to parents. And I guess if you want other teachers to join your class as well, you can utilize the class code in that way. Alright, now you could just simply copy this code and pass it on to your students, whether it's via email or WhatsApp or whatever mean. Right, you can also share your class code via PDF, so just click on share a PDF, and once you click on share a PDF, you can view that PDF. Right, now this PDF lists all the instructions in terms of how students can sign up for your class, as well as how parents can sign up to view what is going on in the class. Alright. So it gives the class code, it gives the name of the class, and it tells who the teacher is. Right, so you can simply just download this PDF and email it to students, or send it via WhatsApp to students, all right, and or their parents. So that's the class code. All right, so the next thing we want to do is to kind of organize our class in such a way that we put everything inside a folder, right? So what we want to do now is to create a folder, and folders help us to keep our class organized, right? So I'm going to create a folder. We just click the folders option. As you can see, there's no folder currently available for me, right? So I'm going to create a folder to store my notes in. So you can create a folder to store notes, one to store assignments, and so forth. Alright, so I'm going to click on manage folders. Now whenever there are any folders available, they'll be listed on the library. Right now there's no folder available to me, so I'm going to click on add folder. So I'm going to give my folder a name. I'm going to call it notes. I'm going to set the grade level to grade 12, and the subject is computer technology. Alright, then we just click on create. Now as you can see, our notes folder was created. Alright, so I'm just going to click on the notes folder, and I'm now going to go ahead and add some notes to this folder. So we do this by clicking the new button right here. So you can upload a file, add a new folder to the folder, you can add a link, you can also set quizzes, add Word documents, so on and so forth. So I'm going to just upload a file from my computer. So file upload, ensure that file is selected, choose file, and then we're just going to add just add some random, some notes. Alright, open. Now once you see this green tick, you can go ahead and click the add files. Alright, and that file was added to your folder. Alright, now the options are here for you to edit. You can download or you can delete this file if you no longer want it to be a part of your folder structure. Alright, so the next thing we're going to look at is the students progress section, or the grade section. Alright, so to do that, we click or we hover over the classes option, and you should be seeing progress. So once we click on progress, you will see where you can go ahead and add grade, and you can also export the grade. So once there's any grade inside the progress section, you can go ahead and export it similarly to what we can do in Schoology, and this will download for you a file in Excel. Alright, so this allows you to see students progress. There's a nice little option right here for badges, but there are currently no badges available. So badges are a way of rewarding students. So you can set who is the best student, who is the most improved, stuff like that. Alright, but just click back on grades. Alright, when you hover on the classes option as well, you can view what is currently due, and we don't have anything due at the moment. Alright, so let's just go back to classes, go back to our computer application class. Alright, so we're going to click on create, and this time around we are going to create a quiz. Alright, so inside the computer application class we're going to create a quiz. So we click on create, then hover over quiz and then select new. All right. So let's give this quiz a name. Let's call it quiz 1. Instruction do all. Alright, so let's go ahead now and click on quiz questions. We want to keep it as multiple choice questions. Alright, so let me just get some questions from off my computer. Alright. In terms of the solution, alright, so let's enter the responses. Alright, only 3 response, so I need to add another one for 4. Ask me the solution. Alright, and you can select whichever one is the correct answer. Alright, there's also an option for you to add an image to your answer. So if it's a case that you want to ask a question and then add the image as the response or as the answer, then you can go ahead and do that. Alright, so the grading for this is 1 point for a correct answer, and I could duplicate the questions if I wanted, and I could go ahead and add a new question as well. But for demonstration purposes, I'll just preview this current quiz. Alright, and you realize now there's a timer set. Alright, so the timer is set. Once the student go in and answer these questions, they can go ahead and submit. Alright, so let's exit the preview. Alright, so what can be done now, we can go ahead and click the assignment button right here to assign this quiz to our current class. So we click on assign. It's asking us if we want to assign it to the computer application class. Yes, we do. It is asking us for a due date, so let's set the due date to Thursday the 27th, and the cutoff time for this quiz to be done is 11:59 p.m. and it gives us an option to lock this quiz after the due date. So once the due date has passed, no one can access the quiz. So we're going to lock that quiz. Alright. Now the time given for them to do the quiz is 60 minutes. Right? Now you can either increase or reduce this to your liking. So let's say you want to put it to 10 minutes. Right? It's just one question. And there's this nice option here as well for you to randomize your questions. So if you don't want each student to be seeing the questions in the same order, or different students to be seeing the questions in the same order, then you can just go ahead and randomize. Once the quiz is done, right, you can go ahead and add the quiz and the score to the grade book, which is the progress option, and you can show results to students upon completion. So once the student go ahead and answer that question, they'll see their result immediately. Alright, so these are options, so you can decide whether or not you want to use these options. We leave them check, and we will go ahead and assign. Alright, so it gives us a summary, right, telling us that it was successfully assigned. Click on got it. Now if we should over classes and go back to the progress option, right, you see now that the quiz is listed. Alright, so the quiz is listed right there, back to classes. Alright, now another way to add students is by simply clicking on the members option right here, and then you'll see an option for you to add students. There's also when you are in the members section, it shows all the teachers associated with this class. Alright, so let's just go back to students and we will add a student. Alright, so I'm going to call this student John Brown, and their email address is alright, so this is another way of adding a student. So if you want to manually go through and add your students, no problem, or as I said, you can just provide them with the class code and they will add themselves, right? So enter the student's first name, last name, and an email, which is recommended, and we go ahead and click on create student account. Alright, so it tells us that we have added one student. Alright, so got it. You can also click on invite and basically use the access code to invite students to join your class. Alright. Now if we should go back to classes and then progress, we'll now see our student John Williams appear right here. Alright. Now we could also manually assign how much John got from the quiz. So let's say he did the one question, he got 1 from 1, alright, which shows that he got 100%. Alright. You can also click the add grade option to basically enter a grade. Enter a grade name. So let's set up another grade. Let's call this test 1. Default total will be, let's say, 10, and we'll create, and you realize it adds another grade option, right? So let's say you gave them this to do outside of Edmodo, outside of the learning management platform. You can also add that grade to your grade book, and you can go ahead and assign how much they got. Alright, so let's say John got 9. Alright, so he has 90% for that one, and right, so his overall average now is 91%. Alright, and as I said, you can go ahead and export this grade if you want. Alright. You can set different grading periods as well. This grading period is for grading period 1, which for us can be term 1. We can go ahead and set another grading period, right, which would be the second term. Right? And that is basically it. What you can do is just go ahead and navigate around Edmodo just to get yourself comfortable with the setup, right? So the basic thing that you need to do now is to go ahead and sign up for an account, create your class, add a folder to the class, add a quiz, and you can go ahead and even add like assignments and so forth, add students to your class, and the rest you can just basically explore. Right? Now there are some nice support options here. So if you click on discover, you will see where there are different things posted just to enhance your teaching ability or just to assist you as teachers. So these were shared by other teachers. Alright. If you click on library, it basically lists everything that you would have created. Alright, so you created quiz. Alright. You also created a folder with some notes. Alright. And your Edmodo can link your OneDrive or your Google Drive. So if you click on Google Drive, you can now connect your Google Drive with your Edmodo account. Alright. You can go ahead and send messages. So if you click on messages and you click on the create new message icon, you can decide who you want to send this message to. So let's say I'm going to send a message to John Brown. Let me send a message to John Brown. Alright, so it's not finding any. Why is it not finding John Brown? Just type the email. Alright, so for some reason it's not finding John Brown. Alright, so you just enter who you want to send the message to. You type your message. And then you just click on send. Alright. There's also a notification icon that shows all the notifications that you would have received. So the two notifications there are telling me that test 1 has been graded and quiz 1 has been graded. So it kind of helps me keep track of my different activities. Alright, so it keeps me organized in a sense. Alright, so go back to home, and that is basically it. If you want to create groups, you can do so as well. Right, groups are sometimes very helpful. So let's say you are teaching multiple 12 grade classes or grade 12 classes, right? You can put them in different groups. So you can just go ahead and create a group and put the students in different groups, right? So they can have access to the same class because they are doing the same subject, but they are different classes in terms of different grade 12 classes. You can put them in different groups. So you can just create a group, give the group a name. So it could be 12th grade A or grade 12B, whatever the case is, and you can now go ahead and just add students to that group. Alright, so again, as I said, just explore the platform and see how much you can use it to your benefit. Alright, thank you.